With the introduction of streaming platforms like Netflix, Amazon Prime, and Apple TV, not many people tune into their cable TV anymore for their dose of entertainment. Of course, it's more convenient to pick and choose what you like and watch it without adverts popping up every 10 minutes. But when you're getting your entertainment only from streaming platforms, you miss out on the strange happenings of TV. Of course, that is if you're a fan of the weird and unexplainable. Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're going to take a look at 7 of the strangest interruptions in broadcast history. If you're in the mood for some actual horror, stick around till number 1. Before we begin, if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss an upload. Number 7. Varillion on Southern Television. The evening news bulletin, with then-host Andrew Gardner, was interrupted for a full 6 minutes by someone who claimed to be a representative of the Intergalactic Association. We can't tell how accurate the story is, and the hitchhiker's identity remains unknown, but when it happened in 1977, he claimed his name was Varillion and warned the viewers with an ominous and frightening message. He said, "This is the voice of Varillion, a representative of the Ashtar Galactic Command speaking to you. For many years you have seen us as lights in the skies. We speak to you now in peace and wisdom, as we have to your brothers and sisters all over this your planet Earth." The interruption ended with the station's regular broadcast of a Looney Tunes cartoon, which just makes it eerier. Needless to say, families all around southeast England were stunned and terrified. Some panicked over the idea that actual aliens were communicating through their television sets. Later that evening, the station apologized for the interruption and confirmed that no one from their staff knew they were being hijacked. Well, it's safe to say the whole thing was a prank, since we still haven't come into any contact with aliens. Number 6. War of the Worlds. 75 years ago, there was a mass panic in New Jersey that the Martians had come to invade our planet. Of course, this didn't happen because it was a prank. Orson Welles and his troupe of radio actors interrupted the Columbia Broadcasting System's programming to report that the planet had been invaded. Needless to say, the broadcast terrified listeners, and they thought the story was real. About 12 million people were listening to a story when Orson Welles cut in and announced, "Martians have invaded New Jersey." It was made to sound like a real news broadcast. If you were to dig it up and listen to it now, you'd be able to tell it was just a piece of written drama. But in 1938, just before World War II, the possibility of aliens attacking seemed completely possible. According to Radiolab, 1 in 12 people believed it and ran out of their homes. There was a public outcry and demands to regulate radio broadcasts to prevent this from happening again. That still leaves a majority of people that didn't believe the story, but the next day's newspaper headlines reported that millions plunged into panic, and the whole stunt was used to discredit radio as a source of news. So what started as a prank ended up being a debate on the authenticity of various media channels. Way to ruin some good old-fashioned fun.
The whole field's covered by the woods, the bars, the gas tanks for the automobiles.
Number 5. Caller from Area 51. Area 51 is a highly classified facility in Nevada, and details of the facility or what happens there have never been revealed to the public. Their secrecy has led people on the internet to cook up their own theories, many of them concerning aliens and spacecrafts, none of which have ever been confirmed or denied by those working in Area 51. And this call in 1997 certainly didn't help their case. When the popular talk show Coast to Coast AM was playing, the show's creator and host, Art Bell, received a phone call. It was from a man claiming to have worked in Area 51. He spoke with an agitated tone and seemed quite terrified as he talked about aliens and government plots that would have horrible repercussions on the world. It wasn't technically a hacking, but this was definitely unexpected, not to mention strange. As the caller got more and more upset, the broadcast was cut off from air for some time. And this wasn't on the part of the network. Apparently, there was a mysterious satellite failure in the transmitter that was carrying the show. Next year, Art Bell got another call, supposedly from the same person, who said that the first call was a hoax. Now we don't know what to believe. Some have speculated that the government had gotten involved in shutting down the first broadcast to silence the man, and then the man was forced to come back and say it was all a lie. Some say it's not even the same guy. There is a lot of debate surrounding the phone calls, and each story is as plausible as any other. One thing is for sure, lie or not, Area 51 definitely has some weird stuff going on.
You can't spend a lot of time on the phone, so give us something quick. Okay, well...
Number 4. The Captain Midnight Incident. In 1986, HBO was playing its regular broadcasts. At precisely 12:32 a.m., a man called John R. McDougal transmitted a signal onto the satellite carrying HBO. It read, "Good evening HBO from Captain Midnight. $12.95 a month. No way. Showtime beware." Clearly, it was in protest of their service rates. $12.95 in 1986 is about $30 in today's terms, so we don't blame Captain Midnight for protesting. Can you imagine paying $30 for a streaming service today? Nevertheless, it was scary when it happened so unexpectedly. John McDougal was an electrical engineer who was outraged at the network charging viewers such high prices. A week before that hijack, McDougal successfully transmitted a color bar test pattern, which managed to override HBO's signal. That interruption HBO didn't mind much, as it lasted only a few seconds, and it played when very few people were watching. But the second hijack got a lot more attention, and the Hughes Communication Company threatened to shut down HBO's satellite signal after assuming the culprit was some kind of terrorist. The FCC announced that the hijacker would face prosecution, and even the FBI was called in. These days, McDougal has no regrets about what he did, but he does wish people understood his motivations rather than seeing it as an attack. Hey, we stand by him. Number 3. The Kaluga Incident. Broadcast intrusion was common practice in the Soviet Union in the 1970s and 80s due to a lack of non-government broadcasting. In fact, it became so common that in the 1970s, viewers were required to report any pirates and broadcasting violators to a particular number. Understandable given what happened in 1966. The residents of the city of Kaluga were listening to the radio, enjoying some lively jazz music, when a voice interrupted the broadcast. It announced that the United States had fired rockets armed with nuclear warheads towards Soviet cities. Citizens were obviously alarmed, and were then angered when they found out it was an 18-year-old that pulled the prank. Court officials confiscated the man's transmitter and made him pledge that he would abandon amateur broadcasting. These incidents seem to have been quite common at the time, but most were not publicly acknowledged for policy reasons. Reports often called these hijackers as radio hooligans broadcasting drivel, rudeness, and vulgarity. But we're sure the so-called hooligans think differently. Number 2. The Wyoming Incident. This is another one for the Unsolved Mysteries file. This incident took place in Wyoming in 2006, and YouTube was still quite new. A strange video had been uploaded to the site with creepy music, weird images and text, and no explanation. But it was regarded as any other weird video on the internet, until it made it to a small town's local cable broadcast. It happened when a hacker managed to interrupt broadcasts from a local programming channel that serves the county of Niobrara. The video had several clips of disembodied human heads set up in various emotions and poses. The camera angle changed every 10 to 15 seconds, and the video was sometimes interrupted by a special presentation announcement. To make matters worse, those who watched the video for too long complained of vomiting, hallucinations, and headaches, ailments apparently caused by the high-pitched noise that played throughout the entirety of the clip. The hacker remains unknown, and any attempt to trace the video failed. It has been a source of great interest in several conspiracy theories, and YouTube in particular has been buzzing about the Wyoming incident for years, with videos analyzing every frame, every word, and the music. Before we take a look at the number 1 most mysterious interruption in broadcast history, make sure you hit the like button if you're enjoying the video so far. Number 1. The Max Headroom Incident. If you don't know, Max Headroom is a British fictional artificial intelligence character introduced in 1985. He was portrayed as the first computer-generated TV personality and was known for his wit and electronically altered voice. What was just entertainment turned into a creepy horror show in 1987 in Chicago. This interruption happened twice, the first time on the WGN TV station during a sports report about the Chicago Bears. The screen went black for a full 15 seconds, and then a man appeared wearing a Max Headroom mask, accompanied by a buzzing sound. He was swaying in front of a corrugated metal panel similar to Max Headroom's geometric pattern background. The hijack lasted a total of 28 seconds, after which engineers at WGN stopped it and switched the broadcast band of their link to the transmitter atop the John Hancock Center. But later that same day, the network WTTW met the same fate. During their regular showing of British TV series Doctor Who, Max Headroom interrupted again. This time it lasted 90 seconds, and we bet it was the oddest 90 seconds for the viewers. The character started performing some bizarre acts like holding up Pepsi cans, swearing at WGN sportscaster Chuck Swirsky, and showing the middle finger. After singing a creepy rendition of Your Love Is Fading, he partially exposed his buttocks while a female figure spanked him. The broadcast ended just then, and after some moments of static, viewers were returned to Doctor Who. It remains the creepiest interruption in television history. Apparently, the engineers could not cut this broadcast because there were none on duty at the transmitter atop Sears Tower. According to the station spokesperson, technicians monitoring the transmission tried to take measures, but by the time they figured out how to, the broadcast had ended. None of the individuals responsible for the act were ever caught, and they probably never will be. These moments on TV beat any programming or accidental swearing on live TV, only because of its mysterious and unexplainable nature. It becomes all the more intriguing when they never catch the culprit. With streaming services, these incidents never occur anymore. Can't decide if that's a good or bad thing. And those are the 7 creepiest, strangest broadcast interruptions in history. Which one creeped you out the most? Let us know in the comments. If you liked this video, check out the others on our channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.